drew the sky, you carved the land, with oceans held in sovereign hands. You planted seed, you formed the trees, with fruit and flower, birds and bees. You placed the moon to mark the tide, and gave the sun its place to ride. Let there be, all creation sings to thee. From the stars to the seas, you shaped the world with majesty. You spoke and it was done. Creation rose to praise the one. Then came the beasts on field and plain, and fish that danced through ocean rain. But then you knelt and formed from clay a man to bear your name and say, let us make them, you and me, in our image gloriously. And it was good, so very good. Each word you said, all understood. Creation bowed in sweet delight. The end of day, the birth of light. Let there be, all creation sings to thee. Earth and sky, wild and free, reflect the God of mystery. You spoke and it was done. All life was born to praise the sun. In the garden, life was pure and free. Walked with God in perfect harmony. But a whisper in the shade, a cunning lie, led our hearts to question why. One taste, one choice, the world would change. Innocence lost, nothing stays the same. From Eden's garden we were cast away. Shadows fall where light once stayed. Yet even in the pain and the fall, hope remains. You hear our call. Brother's blood spilled on the ground. Silent cries, no peace is found. Sin has broken every chain, but your mercy calls again. Though we fall, we're not alone. Grace will lead us back to home. From Eden's garden we were cast away. Shadows fall where light once stayed. Yet even in the pain and the fall, darkest night, you break the chains, a promise made in crimson flow to heal the hurt, to make us whole. From Eden's garden, we were cast away. Shadows fall. Ways, corruption ruled the land, but Noah heard the voice of God, obeyed his bold command. The rain poured down, the fountains burst, the deep cried out in waves, but God preserved a righteous line, an ark that saves. The flood was real. They mocked the call to turn and live. They trusted what they'd seen. But seas rose high and mountains sank in ways both fierce and clean. Now seashells lie on Everest in layers deep and wide, a witness carved in earth and time of waters once worldwide. The layers stack in silent speech, each fossil rock and ridge, not slow and calm, but sudden force, a world swept off the edge. The Grand Canyon, the buried trees, the fish caught mid-surprise, they echo back the flood of old, God justice in disguise. The flood was real, the signs remain in stone and fossil, air and plain. From canyon walls to buried bones, the past still speaks in silent tones. Judgment came, but grace was there. A door stood open in the air. He keeps his word through storm and sky. The flood, the ark, the reason why. Now Christ is our salvation boat, the ark that bears us home. The wrath was poured, the debt was paid, no need to walk alone. The rocks cry out, the skies declare, His word is true, His mercy fair. The flood was real, the signs remain in stone and fossil, air and plain. From canyon walls They said, let us build to the heavens above a tower so high, a name we can love. We'll never be scattered, we'll rise in our might. But God came down and shattered their pride. From Babel to promise, from chaos to grace, God speaks through the ages to call out a race. Not by our power, not by our plan, but by His promise, we'll stand in the land. Then out of the silence, a voice called a man. Abram, arise, I will show you the land. Believe all you know and trust what I say. Through you all the nations will know my way. From Babel to promise, from pride to a call, God lifts the humble and scatters the tall. Not by ambition, not by the sword, but by the faith that obeys the Lord. Though famine may come and fear may arise, God keeps His promise with mercy and light. From altars of worship to stars in the sky, He leads with a covenant no man can deny. God writes His story through one man's faith. Not by our building, but by His hand. We walk in His blessing and live by His plan. We walk in His blessing and live by His plan. mocking God's truth, ignoring His grace. But what He destroyed, He'll judge once again. No sin-filled kingdom will forever stand. Fire from heaven will fall once more on nations that mock what God stands for. But grace lights the path for those who believe. Come out of the ashes, be free, be redeemed.
Chains in the dust, cries in the dark. The people of promise, slaves to the mark. They groaned beneath Pharaoh, cried out in pain, but heaven remembered and called out a name. Call of Moses, a fire that burned yet never died, a voice from the flame. Take off your pride, go to the throne with a staff in hand, say what I tell you, and make your stand. Let my people go, break the chains, let freedom flow. By my hand and by my might, I'll lead them out, I'll win this fight. Blood on the door, wind in the sea, I am the Lord who sets captives free. Let my people go, let my glory show. Waters turn red, darkness at noon, locusts and thunder. Death came soon, still Pharaoh's heart was hard as stone. But judgment came from heaven's throne. The sea and the song, with walls of water held by grace, God led them through that sacred place. The horse and rider sank like lead, and Israel saved.
rising in the holy place. Blood is spilled, a sign of grace. The priest walks in with trembling hands, carrying hope for all the land. A lamb, a flame, a sacred cry. Holiness demands a price. Fire on the altar, glory in the flame. Atonement burning in Yahweh's name. Set apart, made to be clean, in the shadow of what's unseen. Blood for the broken, mercy still flows. The holy fire forever glows. Fire on the altar, don't look away. Holiness still speaks today. The desert wind still echoes clear. A voice says, listen, draw near. From Sinai's blaze to Jordan's side, the choice is yours. Death or life. You've seen his fire, now hear his cry. He gives you freedom, now choose to rise. Choose life, don't let it slip. Let his word burn on your lips. With all your heart and all your might, walk in his ways and choose what's right. Blessing or curse, the lines are drawn, but his mercy calls you on. Choose life, choose him, let the covenant begin.
Be holy, for I am holy. I have set before you life and death. Bring your offering, lay it down. So choose life, that you and your children may live.
Not by law alone we stand, but by the blood and his command. From altar flames to spirit's breath, he leads us through the valley of death. Fire on the altar, life in the bones. The God of Sinai still calls his own. Holiness and mercy kiss
was made for God's stronghold. With trumpet sound and shout of praise, we walked the road of faith ablaze. Jericho's walls crumbled down by God's command, the sacred ground. 12 tribes took hold of all He gave. The land of promise is to save.
Be strong and courageous, the voice declared.
Trust in me, I'm always there. Be strong, be brave, obey His voice. In every battle, make Him your choice. The Lord our God is mighty to save. He leads His people from the grave. So we will serve and we will stand with hearts surrendered in His hand. Our victory flows from heaven's King. To Him alone our praise we bring. But after Joshua's faithful reign, the people drifted back to pain. Each one did what they thought was right, ignoring God's pure holy light. Idols rose where God once stood, hearts turned cold and far from good. Oppressors came to break their chains, but God heard cries through all their pain.
Mercy, strength, He raised the brave.
To fight, deliver, and heart save. God raised up judges, brave and bold, to fight for hearts that once were cold. Deborah led with courage bright. Gideon's army won the fight. Samson's strength and Jephthah's call. Though flawed, God used them all. Though we failed, You never changed. Your mercy met our guilt with grace. From victory's light to darkest night, Your love remains our guiding light. When we stumble, when we stray, You call us back, You make a way. So here we stand in times unknown, with lessons learned from lands You've shown. Like Joshua, we hear Your voice. In You alone we will rejoice. No idols here, no other gods. Our hearts are Yours. We walk Your roads through trials fierce and battles long. You are our strength, our hope, our song. Be strong, be brave, obey His voice. In every battle, make Him your choice. The Lord our God is mighty to save. He leads His people from the grave. So we will
Bethlehem, a boy was keeping sheep, a heart that played the harp and sang the stars to sleep. The youngest of his brothers, overlooked and small, but God looked on his heart and called him through it all. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. From the pasture to the throne, from the sling to crown and stone, a man after God's own heart would rise and fall and sing. The shepherd boy became the king. Can save us, the battle is the Lord's. With 5 smooth stones and 1 true aim, he struck the giant down and glorified God's name. You come with sword, I come with God. He served King Saul with honor, yet jealousy arose. He ran through caves and deserts, pursued by deadly foes. But David would not strike the king, though vengeance whispered loud. He trusted in the Lord and waited for the crown. I will not lift my hand against the Lord's anointed. From the pasture to the throne, from the heart to battles won, a man after God's own heart would rise and fall and sing. The shepherd boy became the king. And mercy through war and bitter ends. But pride gave birth to sin, and sin to broken trust. He cried for God's forgiveness, humble in the dust. Create in me a clean heart, oh God. The sword would never leave his house. His tears fell like the rain. Yet through his fall, God's grace endured, and mercy still remained. A son would rise from David's line to wear the thorns and reign. From the pasture to the throne, to the Lamb upon his own, the Son of David reigns today. Salvation he will bring, the Shepherd King, the risen King. So teach me, Lord, to seek your face, to follow through the highs and lows. Like David, may my heart be yours in every song I know. from ruins deep and shadows long. We heard the call, we sang the song. The temple torn, the gates burned down, but still your promise echoes loud. You stir the hearts, you move the king. You brought us home from suffering. With trembling hands we made a start to build a house, to mend the heart.
Build it again, restore the flame, revive our land, exalt your name.
Though we have failed and gone astray, your mercy wakes us day by day. Your
crown upon her head, but fear inside her heart, a silent cry for strength to play a dangerous part. The law was clear, the price was high, yet still she chose to stand and try. Not by might, not by sword, but with courage from the Lord. For such a time, for such a time, she rose to shine, to draw the line. When darkness threatened all her kin, she stepped through fear and walked right in. Though God's name was never heard, His power moved in every word. She stood, she spoke, she saved her line. For such a time, for such a time. A wicked plan, a deadly snare, a people crying out in prayer. But heaven's hand was moving still, through hidden ways, through chosen will. She bowed her head, she raised her voice, she made the costly righteous choice. For such a time, for such a time, she faced the throne, she crossed the line. No angel came with sword in hand, but God was there, He had a plan. Though silent in the book's design, His fingerprints are every line. She stood, she spoke, she saved her line. For such a time, for such a time. And when the gallows rose in pride, the Lord turned evil on its side. He lifts the humble, breaks the proud, He saves His people through the shroud. For such a time, we're called today to stand for truth, to kneel and pray. Like Esther did, we will not hide. Our faith in God will be our guide. The world may roar, but we won't fold. Our God is faithful, strong and bold. We'll stand, we'll speak, we'll shine His light. For such a time, for such a time.
I was the man the world admired, crowned with riches, robed in fire. Then the sky collapsed in flame. Everything I loved was claimed. Ashes cling where glory stood. tongues all speak what no one should. Curse your God, admit your sin, but I know the truth within. I cry out in the dust, where is justice, where is trust? Have I not walked in the light? Why this storm, why this night? But even in the ache, I will bless the name. Even if he slays me, still I'll I searched the heavens for a word, but only stillness could be heard. No answer came, just wind and flame. And yet I stood and bore the shame. Was it pride or was it test? Is God still good when I've lost the rest? Though my questions have no frame, I will not curse his name. I will not pretend to know what he weaves or where he goes, but I feel the weight, I see the stars, and I trust the hands that hold my scars. He gives, he takes, he reigns above, and I am dust, but I am loved. Even in the dark, still I trust. Where were you when I laid the earth? Can you command the storm's birth? Have you walked in oceans deep, or called the lightning from its sleep? My hand is weak, my voice is small, but now I've heard the Lord of all. I spoke of things too great, too high. Now I fall and testify. You are the answer, not the proof. You are wisdom, you are truth. I lay my questions at your feet in dust, and all my soul finds peace. You give, you take, yet still restore. And now I see I knew before, when the silence breaks. You are more. In ashes still I rise and sing. I've seen the face of the King.
I've wept beneath the silent sky, my soul poured out with every why. my God, where have you gone? Yet still I sang and still held on.
I've danced in joy beneath the stars, struck my harp and healed my scars. From fields to temples, holy flame, all creation sings his name. From sunrise to the setting sun, let every voice lift up as one. These are the songs from the fire and flood, from the throne and the valley, the cross and the blood. Every line that the broken have cried now roars like a storm on the ocean tide. Let the songs rise again, a song for the King from the hearts of men.
I fought with giants in the field, with sword of praise and truth as shield. The Lord trains hands for battle cries. He breaks the spear, the strong man dies.
He is my refuge, rock and sword. The victory belongs to the Lord.
I felt the weight of guilt and shame, confessed my sin, called on his name, created me a heart made new, restore the joy that I once knew.
A broken spirit, contrite and true, the King draws near to make me new. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me.
The King of glory, strong and wise, ascends with fire into the skies. The nations rage, the earth may reel, but Zion's song will never need.
Your throne, oh God, will never fade. Your praise
has breath praise the Lord.
Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. Let everything that has breath cries
I saw the throne high and lifted, smoke and fire filled the sky. Wings of glory crying holy, as I trembled doomed to die. My lips were stained, my soul unclean, yet he touched me with a flame. Now I rise from shattered silence, marked forever by his name.
Oh, send me, I will go to the broken, lost and low. Through the fire and through the storm, I will speak the sacred form. He is holy, he is near, even in our deepest fear. Every promise, every cry finds its answer in the sky.
He grew up like a tender shoot, no beauty we would praise, despised, rejected, bruised for us, the wrath of God repaid. By his wounds we are forgiven, by his stripes we are made whole. He bore the weight we could not carry, and healed the sickness of our souls.
He is pierced, he is crushed for our sin, for all of us. Like a lamb, he bore our shame, silent in the judgment flame. But his grave could not contain risen glory
I walked the streets of broken kings, where idols rose and fire sings. A voice cried out from heaven's throne, return to me, you're not your own. But Judah ran, her heart grown cold, forsook her God, betrayed the fold. So Babylon came with sword and flame, a city lost, a holy shame. Yet through the tears I heard him say, I will not throw my love away. A day will come when hearts will turn, and in their depths my truth will burn. Hearts of stone will break and fall, but grace will rise and mercy call. From dust and exile he will bring a people for his name to sing. He'll write his truth, he'll cleanse our flesh. Hearts once cold will beat afresh. The covenant stands unshaken, blessed. Hearts of stone made hearts of flesh.
A wind blew strong across the waste, a lifeless land, a fallen race, dry bones scattered, dreams long dead, no pulse, no breath, no hope ahead.
But then I heard the Lord command, speak life, O Son of Man, now stand. Bone to bone and flesh came near, then breath returned, his voice was clear. I'll place my spirit deep within, I'll wash my people clean from sin. No longer lost, no longer far, they'll know exactly who they are. Hearts of stone will break and fall, but grace will rise and mercy call. From dust and exile he will bring a people for his name to sing. He'll write his truth, he'll cleanse our flesh. Hearts once cold will beat afresh. The covenant stands unshaken, blessed. Hearts of stone made hearts of flesh. I will gather every son and daughter from the nations over land and water. I will sprinkle clean, I will restore. You'll chase false gods and sin no more. A shepherd king will rule in peace, and justice flow and war shall cease. You'll be my people, I your God, planted firm where grace has trod. There stands a king from David's line, with healing fire and truth divine. The temple new, the land remade, no tears, no pain, no debt unpaid. From hearts once hard, a love will grow, as living streams begin to flow. What once was lost he will renew, the faithful one is coming through. Hearts of stone will break and fall, but grace will rise and mercy a stranger in the land. Among the idols of the king, they chose to make a stand. Daniel and his brothers, hearts that would not bend, they purposed in their hearts to serve the Lord till end. We will not defile ourselves. Though kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, the Ancient of Days rules over all. Through fire and lions, through dreams and night, the faithful will shine with heaven's light. Our God is still on the throne. Yes, our God is still on the throne. They would not bow to idols, they would not fear the flame. Even if he does not save, we won't deny his name. The fourth man walked among them, the fire could not consume. The Lord was in the furnace, and life broke through the tomb. Our God is able to deliver us. Daniel prayed to heaven, though the law said you must die. Thrown into the lion's den, yet still he looked on high. The mouths were closed, the angels near, because he stood with holy fear. My God sent his angel. Though kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, the Ancient of Days rules over all. Through fire and lions, through dreams and night, the faithful will shine with heaven's light. Our God is still on the throne. Yes, our God is still on the throne. A rock not cut by human hands will break the gold and crush the sands. The beast will fall, the horn will break, the Son of Man will rise and take his seat upon the throne of fire and judge the world with truth and power. To him was given dominion and glory. Blessed is the one who waits through trial and trembling gates. The books will open wide one day, the faithful will awake and say, though kingdoms rise and kingdoms fall, the Ancient of Days rules over all. The Son of Man will come again with saints and angels in his train. Forever he reigns, the Lamb, the stone. Yes,
brought us back through Hosea's pain. A faithful love we still betrayed. Through Joel's fire and locust storm, you warned of judgment yet unborn. But in the last days you declared your Spirit's breath would fill the air. You would restore what sin had killed, a broken land by grace rebuilt.
12 voices crying in the dark, calling hearts to be set apart. Justice, mercy, wrath, and grace,
Every word reveals your face.
from the ruins a promise rose, a coming king the prophets chose. Through the 12 we see your plan to save the world, through the Son of Man.
Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Amos thundered, let justice flow, while prideful Edom fell below. Jonah ran, but love pursued. A pagan city was renewed. Micah spoke of Bethlehem, where peace would come through David's stem. To walk in truth, to do what's right, to love our God with heart and mind.
12 voices crying in the dark, calling hearts to be set apart. Justice, mercy, wrath, and grace,
Every word reveals your face.
from the ruins a promise rose, a coming king the prophets chose. Through the 12 we see your plan to save the world, through the Son of Man.
Nahum warned of Nineveh's fall, a God of wrath who hears the call. Habakkuk cried, confused by wrong, but faith became his battle song. Zephaniah sang with trembling voice, yet promised joy and future choice. Haggai cried, rebuild his throne, and Zechariah showed the crown won alone. The humble king on donkeys ride, pierced and sold yet glorified. 30 silver broken bread, the prophets saw the path he tread. Malachi spoke of one who'd cry, prepare the way, the Lord is nigh. The fire will cleanse, the light will shine. The covenant will cross all time. 12 voices crying still today, their words fulfilled in Jesus' way. The righteous branch, the morning star, he's the answer to who we are. From judgment's fire to mercy's flame, the 12 all pointed to his name. Through their warnings grace was shown, the minor prophets, one great throne.
Through the minor prophets your heart was heard, a whisper of love in every word. Still you call us to believe.
In the Lamb the prophets did conceive.
12 voices crying in the dark, calling hearts to be set apart. Justice, mercy, wrath, and grace, every word reveals your face. From the ruins a promise rose, a coming king the prophets chose. Through the 12 we see your plan to save the world, through the Son of Man.
beginning, light broke through, the skies were stretched, the oceans blue. From dust and breath man rose and fell, a garden lost, a curse that dwelled. But through the dark a promise came, a faithful God who knew our name. He called a man, said, look and see, your children will outnumber seas. From dust to promise, fire to flame, the God of heaven still remains. Through every fall, through every test, His mercy moves, His word is blessed. He calls us still, He calls us true. The covenant forever He heard the cries in Egypt's land and raised up Moses by His hand. With signs and wonders freedom came, the mountains shook, they learned His name. A cloud by day, a fire by night, He taught them wrong, He taught them right. But still they turned, they broke the way and wandered through the desert days. From dust to promise, fire to flame, the God of justice still proclaims. He parts the seas, He shakes the earth, He fights for hearts to show their worth. He builds a throne, He tears it down, still faithful through a faithless crowd. The judges ruled, the kings took place. Some feared the Lord, some mocked His grace. The prophets cried, return again. But idols ruled the hearts of men. So fire fell and nations rose. Jerusalem was left in woe. But